Hi everyone, my name is Lisa Randolph and I am the Assistant Director for Experiential Learning in the Cohen Career Center. And I'm here today to help you understand how to help your students maximize their winter break, which is going to be longer than our winter breaks typically are, which could lead to more opportunity. You want that to help them be creative in their thinking and approach and think about how will they stand out. So over the summer, a lot of internships and jobs were canceled, and employers are going to understand that, but they're also going to be seeing students who did other things in place of those lost opportunities. And so we want to help your students be thinking about what they can be doing to move forward in their career development and also make themselves more marketable to employers or grad schools, whatever step is next after William and Mary. We talk a lot about the career development process with students, and it is a cycle. So it's not a move from one step to the next and then you're done. But we have assessing self, exploring options, developing skills, marketing self, and performing. And we're going to talk a little bit about each of those today and how they can move forward no matter what step they're in the career development cycle. Self-assessment and reflection is very important for students to think about what are their values, what are their interests, what's their personality, and what are their skills. Essentially, that makes up who they are. And that can help them to evaluate majors, careers on those different aspects. Some students know the answer to these questions or know what their values are and things like that, but others don't. And so for those students, we do subscribe to a career assessment called Focus 2. And this helps students to reflect on these various aspects of themselves. And then it helps them look at what are majors and careers that might line up with their results. And with Focus 2, that is on our website, students can access it at any time. We do encourage that they have an appointment with us afterwards because it can help in that reflection process. Other ways to explore career paths. One is what can I do with this major, which is another resource that we subscribe to for students. And so it shows different areas that a student with that major might work in, who might employ people in those areas, and strategies for getting into those areas, as well as some great links for each major to do a little bit more exploration and/or job and internship searching. We also subscribe to Candid Careers, which is a platform that has 2 to 3 minute videos of people in a wide variety of careers, more careers probably than you could imagine. And so students might look up one career and watch a video, and then it will show them related careers. So that can be a great way for them to learn about different careers that may be related to each other. Another way to explore career paths is informational interviews, which is essentially asking for 30 minutes of someone's time to learn more about what it is that they do. And with the informational interviews, we suggest that they start with William and Mary alumni. And the reason we do that is because William and Mary people want to help William and Mary people. And so it's an easier ask of someone. And there's a William and Mary alumni feature on LinkedIn that they can use. And they can also look at other people in their network. So a lot of times people think, I don't know anyone in the industry that I'm interested in. But as they talk to people that they do know, they'll likely find that those people have connections that are in industries of interest. And so really just having those conversations so that they can learn who they know that knows people. Externships and externships, which is essentially job shadowing, can be a great way for them to learn as well. There is a William and Mary externship program over winter break each year. The deadline has passed for this year, but we do occasionally have hosts post at different times of the year as well. And students can also always try to set up their own shadowing experiences. So what externships are basically a 1 to 2 day experience where they're learning from someone and learning more about an organization. And so this year, most of ours are going to be virtual. So they'll be a little bit different than they typically are, but they often consist of some informational interviews. If it's in person, a tour of the facility. They might work on a project or do a case study or things along those lines. Because there were a lot of people who host externships typically that weren't able to do it this year due to COVID, we wanted to provide another opportunity to engage them with our students. And so we're setting up career chats, which are going to take place the week of January 18th. And you can see we have so far set up a biologist with the federal government. We have someone from Broadcom, which is a Silicon Valley tech company, a partner with Birch, Stewart, Kolash, and Birch, which is an intellectual property law organization, and a research geologist with the U.S. Geological Survey. We may have additional ones added, and so I would encourage your students to be checking Tribe Careers. That is our platform where we post opportunities and events, and they can find all of the information for the career chats there. So what these are going to be is basically an hour with about 30 minutes with the professional talking about their career path and what they do, and then 30 minutes of Q&A with students. So we're really excited to be able to offer these virtual opportunities as an addition to the externship program. I love this quote because I feel like it's so true. Networking is a lot like nutrition and fitness. We know what to do. The hard part is making it a top priority. And so, people need to start building their network before they need their network. And so winter break can be a great time for students to start doing that or to build on what they already have. And so encouraging them to think through the different levels of potential connections. So of course, family and close friends, people they work with every day, people they see every day. But then as you get out wider in these circles, looking at professional associations, community groups, and neighbors, and then also thinking, who are people you would like to get to know? Again, this can be great for informational interviewing. Who are those people who are doing those jobs that you're really interested in? So we talk to students a lot about the NACE career competencies, which is the National Association of Colleges and Employers. And every year they survey employers across a range of industries and sizes to ask what's important to them for students to have for skills. And every year, these are the top skills that come through. So global and intercultural fluency, career management, critical thinking, oral and written communications, professionalism, leadership, teamwork and collaboration, and digital technology. And so it can be helpful for students to be thinking through what of these skills do they already have, and what are the skills that they need to or could serve to improve on. And so for the ones that they already have, it's also important that they're able to articulate them. And so they'll want to think through, they might think they have a lot of digital technology. That's one where people tend to say, well, I grew up using computers. That's not entirely what digital technology is. And so looking further, how have they selected and used appropriate technology to accomplish a given task? How have they demonstrated effective adaptability to new and emerging technologies? These skills are important, but they're only going to be useful if students are able to articulate them to others to show how they've used these in different experiences that they've had. And in thinking through expanding skills, lots of free options for students. So LinkedIn Learning is available to all students for free. They can access that through the library webpage. Lots of different skills that they can learn through that. Coursera, Udacity, and edX are platforms that have online courses that students can take for free. Oftentimes you need to pay if you want a certificate, but of course, just getting the knowledge is helpful in and of itself. Duolingo is a great app if students are interested in learning another language. It's something that you can do in just a few minutes a day, and then start to build your skills. Branding, of course, is also really important. And so thinking through how they see themselves, how others see them in their brand then is what kind of meets in the middle. And so thinking through their branding, they may want to think about creating a website or starting a blog. As a William & Mary student, they can get a free year of Wix Premium. Wix is a platform for having a personal website. You can see some other options on here that are blogging sites as well. LinkedIn. So this could have gone into just about any aspect of this presentation, from exploring and seeing what's out there, to finding opportunities, to networking, to branding. So this is where I've decided to put it in. But just to think about LinkedIn. So a lot of students say either they have LinkedIn because somebody told them they should have LinkedIn, but they don't know how to use it, or they've heard about LinkedIn, they know they probably should have one, but they don't have one. So what I always tell people is, if you're going to have LinkedIn, use LinkedIn. And so if they don't know how to really use LinkedIn, I would encourage them in developing a dynamic profile, joining groups, both through William & Mary and others, connecting with William & Mary alumni. They can follow organizations and top influencers, but most of all, to engage with the platform. So that might be status updates. It might be reaching out to people in their network. It might be participating in discussions within groups, but making sure that they're updating it and engaging with it is really important. And if they don't know how to do that, we do have resources on our website that will walk them through that. We have some video clinics, which are condensed versions of our crash courses. So our crash courses are 30-minute workshops that we do throughout the semesters. Video clinics are shortened versions of those that are recorded and on our website or on YouTube. So I encourage them to check that out. They can also always make appointments with us, and other social media channels as well. So most people aren't going to use all social media channels professionally, and I wouldn't encourage anyone to, because I don't think you can do that well. But just thinking through, are they presenting a consistent brand in what people are able to see? With resumes and cover letters, asking them, have they done resumes and cover letters? Are those documents up to date? And are they happy with them? Again, we have video clinics on our website that can help students to figure out how to start, how to update those documents. They can, again, make appointments with us as well, but getting those in good shape so that when they're ready to search for opportunities, they're not starting from scratch, is a great idea for winter break. Mock interviewing. So we never want the first interview to be the one that counts when students are interviewing. And so preparing is critical. So we encourage all students to do some mock interviews, and there are several options for this. They could make an appointment with a career advisor. We also subscribe to a resource called Big Interview, which is, it has some articles about interviewing. It also has, students can record themselves answering interview questions and watch it back, which sounds terrifying, but is really helpful in getting a student prepared, and other people in their support system. So they could ask one of you, could you ask me, they pull some sample interview questions. Could you ask me these questions, not in order? So you don't have to know the answers. It's just more for them to get practice in articulating their answers for interviews. And so this is another really great thing that they can do to make themselves career ready over winter break. In terms of gaining experience, sometimes students need to think outside the box a little bit and take a broader perspective. So a lot of students have met with me and asked, how can I find an internship over winter break? Well, there's probably not going to be a ton of internships over winter break because even though it's longer than normal, it's still a relatively short period of time with the holidays especially thrown in there. And so maybe they think about, could they offer to do projects for a company? Could they do a micro internship? So a micro internship is a short-term project-based internship. Parker Dewey is a platform that we partner with that facilitates those opportunities and experiences. Students can create an account for free, and then from there, they can see all of the projects that are available and apply directly to those projects. That could be something that helps them get experience. It gives them something to do that's productive over break, and also it can give them some exposure to an organization as well. They might also think about doing volunteering. So these are some different platforms where students can find volunteering opportunities. A lot of these right now are very much virtual, a lot of virtual opportunities. And so seeing what's out there, again, to get some experience, to add to their resume, to make a difference. So I encourage them to check out those options as well. Tribe Careers, I mentioned before, and that is a platform that houses all of our job and internship postings, but also all of our events. They log in with their William & Mary credentials. All students have access. They can update their profile in Tribe Careers. They can subscribe to our industry newsletters. We have 5 different industry newsletters. They can schedule advising appointments. They can RSVP for events. But definitely something good for them to just get in there and start exploring. As you can see on this graphic, it might say people in your major are interested in, but as they're starting to look at opportunities, that might say, because you viewed X opportunity, you may be interested in these others. So it kind of learns them and learns about them and gets to know them. Additional resources, I mentioned video clinics, and those are, like I said, they're about 10 to 15 minute videos on our website on a host of different topics. They can always schedule individual appointments through Tribe Careers for Zoom or phone. And during the semester, this is the link where they can make an in-person appointment as well. And of course, we encourage them all to follow us on social media to see what is going on with our office and opportunities that are being offered. So hopefully this helps you to understand a little bit about how you can help your student. And if anyone has any questions, please let me know. If anyone is interested in doing a career chat or offering an externship at some point, feel free to reach out to me. My email is lrandolph, so it's LRANDOLPH@wm.edu. And I'm happy to answer questions that way as well. And I thank you for watching this and look forward to seeing your students in the future.